What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to the fourth of 5 draft challenges here today. Today is going to be the South American draft challenge, or South American only draft challenge. Much like the European from yesterday, we have to take any and every South American player and we have to use any and every South American player. As promised in the last episode though guys, this is the team that I put together with my rewards so far. After today's and tomorrow's episode, we're going to finalise the team and then go into the group stages and then the knockout stages of the World Cup to see if we can get further than A9 skills in the World Cup and not have to do a giveaway. With that being said, guys, if you could drop a thumbs up on the video, it'd be very much appreciated. So far, my chemistry is not ideal, and that's mostly because our best players really are from, well, they're actually a little bit from everywhere, but North and Central America is the best for us. You know, León, not bad at all. Lozano, very good. Hernandez, very good. Then we've got Oscar, Miranda, and Rojo, Christensen, and Sommer in goal. I could play with Jimenez in defence, but we lose lots of chemistry with Jimenez in there, so Christensen goes in and gives us that little chem boost. Then we've got some other players on the bench: Mane, Vieira, Sané, Walcott, Forsberg, Inui. But this is probably my best setup at the moment. Hopefully our rewards from today and tomorrow's episode is going to change that. A South American goalkeeper and other South American defenders would probably be the best return that I can get right now. And with that being said, guys, it's the time for the South American draft section. So let's go for the 4-4-2 holding. I do like this formation. I like two striker formations and I like the 4-4-2 in general. And of course, we have to take every South American available to us, and we have to then use every South American available to us as well. So Cuadrado coming in that #1 spot. And Pizarro, oh god. 4-star weak foot, which is nice. His shooting's not even the worst. His composure's alright as well. He's just really slow. But we'll throw him in there anyway. We'll get that soft link into Cuadrado. Of course, we should have a full South American squad by the end of it. It's a shame that we actually didn't get a Cavani or a Suarez up front. Hopefully with the remaining picks, we'll get one eventually. We get Laxalt there. Good pace. Not a lot else. I mean, just based off the first 4 picks of this draft, guys, with Cuadrado being the only really dominant player, we might struggle to do anything out of this draft so far. We get no South Americans on this occasion, so we're going to take just the highest rated player and then we'll pop him onto the bench when we get a South American to put in there. And then, once again, oh my god. This is actually bad. This is actually bad. This guy with a powerhouse, medium-high work rates, which is decent. He's got alright physicals. He's not the slowest either, but his stats are just not very good. I'm quite worried. I thought the South American draft would see me get some really sick players and be able to do some good things, but we're going to have to take Caceres here as well. We're getting some Uruguayans, just not the ones that I want. I wouldn't mind getting a couple of Uruguayan centre-backs right here now either. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. We again don't get any South American players here, so we'll just take... that's an unfortunate name, isn't it? Bieland. Oh, Bieland, sorry, apologies. Rabia there can go in the team. He will get subbed out in due course. This is going to be rough. I'm going to end up having to put like midfielders and attackers in defence here. At least we get Mercado. He's had an alright game for Argentina so far today. I'm currently recording this intro half-time in the game, 1-1 at the moment. Di Maria with a phenomenal goal. I mean, this team is woeful at this current stage. Muslera coming in there might be some kind of saviour. I've only got 8 South Americans so far, and I've only got 2, including the goalkeeper, that are over 80 rated. If I do not get the Messis, the Di Marias, just the high-rated guys, I'm going to be in trouble. So we get Gomez, which is a nice addition to the team. We're going to pop him. Actually, let's get him in like that. Let's do that, and let's get those links up there. So we get one more chemistry, one more like, well, nice little chem boost is what I'm looking for. Next up, we're going to go with, I mean, Neymar is an obvious choice, but Fagner as a fullback is a good player, but we're going to have to take that Neymar card. We're going to pop him in there for the time being. Obviously, in fact, let me swap those 2 around. Oh, I thought that would have given more chemistry for the goalkeeper. I guess not. I wonder if we do that. No, it doesn't work either. I don't anticipate playing my midfielders in defence. Hopefully we're going to get someone good enough. So Willian we can bring in as well. Like, the problem with bringing in Lima is that he doesn't fit into the teams either, right? Because a cam in at CDM gets no chem, and a right wing gets no chem as well. But we're going to put Willian in defence. And that is our 11-man, yeah, that is our 11-man South American squad. I hope we can pick up some defenders. There's no South Americans here, so we'll take that Harry Kane and we'll just leave him on the bench. That's any South American subs would be nice. There's the Di Maria that I was hoping for. There's a Luis Gustavo, which I'm definitely going to take 1,000,000%. And we're going to put Luis Gustavo into the middle of the park, and then Gomez is going to be one of our first subs. I'm really not happy with my centre backs. We are in a bad spot with our defenders right now, and it's not looking any better. We get no South Americans here, so we'll take the highest rated again. We'll take Kurzawa into the team. I really need like a Miranda or an Otamendi is great. I mean, it's a huge boost to the team. We'll pop him in there instead of Willian. We go up to 94 chemistry. We've got a bit of a better squad now. It's nothing amazing, and I am going to be playing some random. We'll have to take Sanchez in there. I'm going to be playing some random in defence, which really isn't what I'm looking for. This Biglia card could actually be a huge saviour. That's interesting that he gets the same chemistry. Oh, he doesn't. It's just he does get one more. That's okay. That's okay. 2 more picks. At least we've got CDM in that centre-back role, which is quite nice just because of the fact that he'll have some relatively decent defensive qualities, and then we get nothing out at the end of it either. I mean, dudes, this draft is pretty tough. It's pretty tough. I don't know who I'd prefer in defence. Silas is a little bit faster, but Biglia has the chem style for boosting pace. Our left back isn't great. Our left centre-back isn't great. Our right centre-back is slow. And our right back is okay, not great. Cuadrado is good. Celis, not great. Luis Gustavo is good, but not great. A little bit slow as well, but he does have pace boost on him. Neymar, obviously brilliant. And then Stuani and Pizarro are terrible. We're going to have to bring on, pretty early on, Gomez and Willian up front. I'll probably actually bring Gomez on to the left-hand side, put Neymar up front, and bring Willian on up front as well. Because we just didn't get what we need out of this draft, man. And this is going to be tough. I don't know if I'm going to be able to win the draft with this. We didn't even get a manager that helps us. Like 4 European managers. What am I doing with 4 European managers here? That's absolutely absurd, EA. That's our squad, guys. I thought we would have a much better South American draft team. I really did. We missed out on Suarez, on Cavani, on Jimenez, on Godin, on Messi, Di Maria. You know, we missed out on Thiago Silva and David Luiz, Miranda, Dani Alves, Marcelo, Casemiro. All of the big South Americans were left untouched in our draft, sadly. But that, guys, is going to be the squad. Let's get into the action. Alright, guys, so as we go into the gameplay, the first opponent we come up against has got a 4-2-2 team. And this was a big problem for me, man. The fact that he's got Boateng and Ramos with pace boost. He's got Alba with pace boost. He's got Koke, Matuidi, 2 big icons, Isco and Lukaku. This was a team that I just knew immediately I was going to struggle against. I don't have the pace necessarily up front until I make those subs to play against that defence. And that back line is actually probably the best back line in the whole game, apart from having Kyle Walker at right back. I think Ramos and Boateng are better than any of the icon centre-backs that you can throw in. So he's got the best defence there, and then of course he has a big attack as well. And I end up conceding the first goal to Cuadrado here. Tried the heel-to-heel flick. Jordi Alba gets through, plays the ball one time into closer, and then a through ball to Romelu Lukaku. Just splits my defence really nicely, and he goes 1-0 up. And you can see at this stage, I made my sub straight away. So I bought on Willian, I bought on Neymar, and it had a really good positive impact for me. I got right back into the game. It took until half-time to actually get the goal. Heel-to-heel flick from Willian, and he shoots and scores under the goalkeeper to make it 1-1. But it was proving very difficult for me to break down my opponent defensively. You know, I didn't have the midfielders to really work very well, so I had to rely on my attack generally. You know, I basically had to get the ball to the strikers or the 2 wide men and just hope that I could produce something from that. And eventually I did with Neymar there, beautiful goal. Sadly, concede a silly goal here. Probably should have just tried to clear it straight away, but I turned around with Otamendi. I felt like that was a foul. We'll watch the replay here as well. Matuidi sticks out a leg, and Otamendi just does this weird little jump over the leg and then just loses complete control of the ball. Turns around, just jumps over the tackle. and then just allows a pass. I mean, that's ultimately my fault for not just banging the ball away. But yeah, when I conceded that, I was like, I thought it was a foul. We eventually get a third goal again, though. Great work there between Willian and Neymar. Neymar gets in behind, shoots and scores, and we go 3-2 up. And at this point, my opponent brought on Alexander Lacazette, and it absolutely blew my world. Lukaku into Lacazette, and look at this. He just accelerates away from Otamendi. I don't have the pace in behind, I just don't have the pace in my back line or in my midfield to keep up with that. And Lacazette was just a game changer for this guy. He got the goal, excuse me, to put it back to 3-3. He then plays a 1-2 with Sané also on as a sub and makes it 4-3. Really poor goalkeeping there. Good finish right into the bottom corner though. And eventually Lacazette completes his hat-trick. I've gone, ultra attacking here, trying to get back into the game, trying to get that 4-4 and maybe take this to extra time. And again, he runs off the defender who just doesn't track him at all. And he makes it 5-3 and knocks me out in the first round. So I did look at this team at the very start. I was hoping this would be a good draft for us with a big team, but we just didn't get the players this time around. Look, I saw this team at the start and was just worried that, the lack of pace, the lack of creativity in midfield was going to cost me. And this guy was good enough to take full advantage of my really poor backline and my really poor midfield, and he earned himself a very deserved win. So congratulations to him. Let's hope we can get something decent out of these round 1 rewards. Let's get into the packs. So guys, I always knew there was going to be one really tough draft in this mini series of 5 drafts. I did not expect it to be the South American draft. I thought it would be the rest of the world draft, which is what we're going to have tomorrow. I mean, this draft is just woeful, isn't it? And I had to get lucky if I wanted to get far in this tournament to come up against basically like really poor players to be able to beat them, just because of the kind of teams you come up against. And this guy, I was actually in the game. I think I went 3-2 up. He brought it back to 3-3. As soon as like in the last sort of 10-15 minutes, he brought on Lacazette and another forward there. Just obliterated my defence, like just way too slow. Gustavo, too slow. Celis, too slow. Otamendi, too slow. Biglia, the fastest but too slow. Caceres, too slow. And Mercado, too slow. So it was always going to be tough. I did score some nice goals though. And I did create some chances. I didn't create enough chances, and this guy played a really good game. He sat relatively deep. We had a good even share of possession, and he just countered me a lot. And I don't blame him for doing so. It was smart play for him. However, I wonder if we can still get some good rewards from this draft. So here are our rewards. We're going to be picking up an Africa Players Pack, an Asia Players Pack, a South America Players Pack, and another Asia Players Pack. And let's hope that we can get something good out of the South America Players Pack. That's the only one that really is going to give us any hope of getting anything out of this draft. Because the Asia Players Pack, unless we get Heung-min Son actually, that would be a really good sub to have on the bench would be Heung-min Son. We get Luongo, Yeom Ki-hyun, and Dejenek. What a great name that is, Dejenek. None of those are going to make my team on my bench, so we're just going to store them. And another Asia Players Pack. These are obviously not the premium player pack, so they're not the high-rated ones, but that doesn't mean that you can't get a high-rated player. Come on, show me that South Korean flag. It's the Japanese again. Oh, it's going to be Kagawa this time, though, instead of a Nui. That could be alright, because now I've got 2 Japanese players that can actually get strong links to each other and potentially help us out one way or another. So Kagawa and Hausawi there, the centre-back. It's going to be tough to build. I've got a hope. I've got a hope that we either get something big out of this South America Players Pack or that we get something big out of tomorrow's draft. Otherwise, the group stage will probably be relatively simple in the World Cup, and maybe the 7.5k pack that we get for that will do good things for us. But the knockout stage is going to be really tricky if I don't end up getting a few big players here. We get Kazri to go into the team as well. He'll go into the bench. It's actually a nice player there that we'll be able to bring on for, let me actually pop him straight into the bench. He'll be a good sub for one of the Dos Santos brothers at one stage or another. And of course, we'll be popping Lozano up front and maybe taking off the other Mexican striker as well. So not too bad there. And those other 2 dudes won't really see the light of day. And then last but not least, South America Players Pack. Come on. This is where we need something big. There's no board. Give me a goalkeeper then at least so I can put that South American defense in. We are going to get Vecino. I would still take a low-rated goalkeeper. I really would. Yes, we get one. We get Campana. And that is actually brilliant. Let me go and get him. I'll show you what that means. We get Murillo as well. That's not a bad card there. Let's pop Murillo into the setup. I'm actually going to put Vecino into the setup as well. I think we can have a perfect North and Central America and South America team now. We'll pop him in. We'll send the goalkeeper up to the trade pile, and I'm going to show you what this team probably will look like going into the group stages unless we get dramatic changes tomorrow. So let's have a look at the squad as it stands. I want to go and get Campana, and the reason why that's big is because it allows me to play Jimenez now. Didn't I just put some players on the bench and now they're not there? Okay, let's go for the South American Confederation, bomb, and we get Campana in net, and that takes up to 89 chemistry, which is very nice. I don't know. Let's go back to South America. We got, who did we get there? We got Vicino. He might be helpful, and we got the centre back, didn't we? Which it was Murillo. There we go. So if we put Vicino in there as well, we actually lose chemistry. Okay, that's not too bad though. It's all right at this stage. 89 chem here. And we've actually improved our team quite a lot there by being able to get Jimenez and Miranda into the team at the same time. So 89 chemistry now, and all we need from that last draft tomorrow is hopefully some good rewards. This though for today, guys, is going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.